crafty chums, it's Nikki here, aka Carson de Cat, aka Carson de Cat's Life, and I was just whizzing through this, aren't I? I was just holding up a stamp set for you at the beginning there, and it's one that I got in Norway, and it's Caught and Got, and I probably slaughtered that, so I'll put the the website to the stamp set below and write it out in full, and you'll be able to see it. This is a I'm sorry, I've got a frog in my throat. This is a hashtag Love Winter Art event video, and it's an art journal page, and I was showing you at the beginning there the stamp set and some paints I'm using. Paints are my favourite three colours to use to depict is the word I was looking for, a winter scene. And and those colours are light periwinkle, and the other one is Jamaican sea and tapioca. And they're my three fave colours, as I say, to do winter art scenes with. And after I do the roll out the paint, any excess that I have there, I put on just another sheet of paper to use to cut up to make other things, usually envelopes and that, for my ATCs. And that's the tapioca colour I'm using there, just rolling it off with my little mini brayer. It's a mini one. It's quite a small art journal book that I'm using there as well. I do have large ones that I like, really like. I have a really large one, a medium-sized one and a small one, and I'm using the small one for this one. As I say, just braying off the excess paint, and this is a stencil set. It's from Panjoro, and I shall write that in the description box below so that you can have a look if you like it. That Stays On ink that I'm using, of course, because once it's dry it's waterproof. Midnight Blue is the colour there. Got it just by the side of me to have a look. Yep, so it's always good when you do mixed media to have to use, is it substrates? To use to use inks and things that are waterproof when dry, unless of course you want it to smear, and sometimes smearing is good, and so I use things like distress inks and that if I want things to smear out a bit when I'm making them, because it's also good to have, as I say, have some smears when you're doing the mixed media work as well. So I need to keep talking. Even though I've speeded the video up by ×2, and maybe I could have gone a bit quicker on that one because that's, yeah, I might speed that up again. No, I'll leave it as it is. Because that was slow, man. Sometimes I'm really slow when I work. It's frighteningly slow. It seems that I have to think about things a lot when I'm doing it. So anyway, I stamped out the stamp set onto tissue paper, and I'm going to lay that down onto the journal page. I'm just going to take a slurp because my voice is going for some unknown reason. And this is why you have the non-smearing inks, the ones that fix when dry, because now I'm just gluing things down, and if I'd used distress inks or anything, that the glue, the matte medium, I'm actually using matte medium there, would have made it smudge all over the place. So there you go, just getting a nice tidy looking gluing there. And I've got the penguins. I love these penguins, they are mad. The looks on their faces is just awesome. And what's really funny is that this is a Norwegian stamp set, of course, and if I'm right, the sayings on the stamp sets are all to do with summer. So it's like penguins in summer. So funny. But anyway, there you go. We have yellow-eyed penguins in New Zealand, of course. Here we go. I'm just attaching that down with matte medium as well. I use different glues and things in my work. Of course, matte medium can also be used for when you're painting with acrylic paint to make it extend a bit longer. So here I'm just whitening up round the eyes is what I'm doing there, because lose the eyes in the background otherwise. And just put a little bit on the beak too, just to make it stand out, and then just going over part of the cloud as well, just to make it stand out off the page a bit more, because of course with the tissue paper you see the background through it. And then just putting some shadows underneath their feet to ground them a bit more to the page, using a Pitt pen. Yeah, Faber-Castell Pitt pen. Coal grey, that one is. I was going to use the Tombow watercolour pens, but changed my mind. Changed my mind and went for some Caran d'Ache Neo colours, and I'm just going to use the yellow, I believe. There we go, just putting some yellow on the sun. It won't show up very brightly, but it's just enough just to tint it off the page a little bit. Because it's all about bringing what you put onto the page, either bringing it forward or making it fall back into the background. Just going around with some purple around their tummies, make them, you know, bulgy out a little bit more, because they've got big tummies. Must have had lots of fish supper. Well, they are Norwegian, and Norwegians eat a lot of fish. Sorry about that. That's my husband texting me. Oh, yeah, and so I decided that there wasn't quite enough going on in the background, and I've got this great texture pad from Josie that she sent me ages ago, and I used white ink on there onto the background, and you really couldn't see it, so I went then with some purple. That stays on as well. At least I think I'm using purple. I could be using the blue. I think it's the purple. Actually, what's the colour? Yeah, gothic purple. There you go. And now I'm using some white acrylic paint, which I'm going to put onto a stamp, which is a dot stamp, because I'm thinking that it looks like snow. After all, it is winter. So, so using the snow on the dot stamp, and that is a Paper Artsy stamp, I believe. Lost the packaging on that one, but I think it's Paper Artsy I got it from. It's one of their ATC size stamps. It's very nice. And now I'm using some dimensional snow effect. So I thought that if they're standing out in the snow, they are going to have snow on them, aren't they? And this stuff is like, I had to go and wash that out, the tube and that, because it got all gunked up. So there you go, they've got a bit of snow resting on them. Very funny on their shoulders and on their eyebrows, and yeah, just a little bit of fun effect there with the dimensional snow, which is nice. And I'm just going to lift it up and show you any second now, so you can see what it is. And I put some snow on the ground too. This dries hard, and so that you can close the book after, but you've got to wait 24 hours for it to dry. There you go, some little snow on the penguins there. Hope you liked the journal page. See you again soon, and look out for the iCard that I'll be showing, giving a link to all the others taking part in this hashtag event. Bye!